So yeah, this is the first time we're doing this. So this is we're gonna see how this turns out. But we wanted to give you guys something a little bit special. It is a very weird Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, even more so maybe than Christmas for me, really thinks about like family coming together. Like you might get together with your close, immediate family on Christmas, but like on Thanksgiving, at least for us, that was usually when we were like actually traveling to go see family in different sorts of spots. So like this is a really, really like weird Thanksgiving for me. So I felt like maybe there would be some other people that are like that, and I get a chance to at least virtually kind of be with my family now. So what up, y'all? How you doing? And for the listeners, welcome to the That's Black Male. Just the Thanksgiving gift for thanks for y'all. That's what we on. That's what we on right now. What's good, Karen? You came in hella late. So what was so pressing, bro? Where was you at? Why you look like you in a bunker right now?
Well, you got to prepare for potential apocalyptic events. You know what I'm saying? We seem to be teetering on the brink of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Proud Boys out there. You know what I'm saying? COVID spreaders are out there. So, you gotta stay low. Stay low and keep firing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just prepping, baby. The Walking Dead was not so much fiction. It's looking like reality TV more and more every day.
That started in Atlanta, right? I think that joint in
the show. Exactly, son. They saw the future,
zero, bro.
They saw the future, nigga.
I feel you.
It's crazy.
Speaking of zombie apocalypses, Garrett, you have you got a whole zombie apocalypse like plan. I've seen you like openly talk about this plan. So I mean, what gives, bro? Who you cutting out?
My thing is this: if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I'm just saying, it's a lot of wild things out here, so I'm always prepared for the next big drug to pretty much jump off to the zombie apocalypse. I have my I guess provisional squad for the beginning, but if you've watched Walking Dead, those alliances can shift. Sometimes you gotta cut. Not dead weight.
Stay one step ahead. Stay one step ahead.
Always prepared. Sometimes you gotta shame them. You gotta shame them, man. You know what I'm
saying? Okay, good to know. Good to know. Keep your head on swivel. If things ever go left for just a Shakespeare. What's up, man? Hey, Dr. Henry, how you doing, good sir? How you doing, grown man?
Hey, man.
How's it going on the West Coast, man?
Man, I'm kind of wishing I was at the crib because I see people, pouring up and sipping, and I'm sitting here in the office. So I'm over here dry and I'm trying to get on home so I can pour something. You feel me? But what I need to start doing is making sure I have a bottle in one of my drawers. That's what I need to get to.
I was gonna say you need to get on your Don Draper.
Yeah, man, I gotta start doing it. But see, here's the thing, though, right? And they've been here about almost 2 years, so I'm outside. I'm about to be outside that window where I can start doing some things like that.
Got you.
Initially I was, kind of creeping on the slow so I can make sure I don't get put out this bitch. But I'm here, so they ain't getting rid of me now. So
10 toes down.
Yeah, my black ass gonna act up here soon.
Yo, what's good, Ed? How you living, man? How's DC treating
you? We are at the center of the maelstrom as it goes at the moment. And as of yesterday, since we, the transition that should have been going on for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
What transition? What transition?
The resting of power.
So what
the tweet.
The non-peaceful transfer of power that is forthcoming has finally started to take shape. So I honestly, like I told you guys on the last pod, I've actually stopped watching as much news because I don't have as much fear that the world's going to fall apart. I mean, like, I know I should still have the fear because I know that, like, he's still president for another, 6, 7, 8 weeks. But in my mind, I'm already at January 21st at noon. Like, I am already there.
You've transitioned.
I've transitioned, right. Like,
you just wait for the administration to catch it.
Exactly. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm already there.
See y'all in the new year.
Yo, but hold on, though. I was watching the news earlier and I saw I guess, kind of they're just showing some background image and footage of Melania receiving a Christmas tree
Yes.
at the White House, and I'm like, okay, are you like, is that like a nice gesture on behalf of the new family there? Because y'all know that's, y'all, I mean,
I mean, they'll
I
be there
guess
for,
you'll be
they're
there,
gonna be there for
but fam, you
Christmas.
can't
I
just,
mean,
yeah, but dog, if it's me, if I'm Biden in the Biden camp, hey, bro, you know
Don't
how
get
people do
comfortable.
with their Christmas decorations, you know? You have them over Christmas, but them things can linger. So I'm like, all right, don't don't go overboard. You feel me? It won't be here long. So
something tells me the White House staff is aptly prepared to fumigate that place between 6 a.m. and noon.
And fumigate is
day
the
of
right
birth.
word. The way
right.
they infested that place with
That's
COVID.
right. I mean, look,
Fumigate
COVID is
the
all up
perfect
and
word.
through there. So look, I'm just
They're gonna have mess
COVID and other
teams,
things.
all the people in through there.
Amongst other
The
things.
best
You gotta
people.
be
The best
fucking
people.
that's
kidding.
right. That's right.
You gotta be fucking.
So the original reason for this podcast was to talk about Thanksgiving shit. Obviously, I can't leave y'all to your own devices. So I will. I'll start with you, Mood. What's the first thing you think of? What's the first food you think of when you think about Thanksgiving?
It's got to be the bird, right? You know, turkey is so hard to make moist and like actually edible because it gets dry so
Moist.
quickly. And I'm about to, for the first time, navigate this course with preparing my own Thanksgiving bird, and I'll let y'all know how it goes. But
Yeah, you're brining it now, right? That's what you're doing right now, right?
I'm gonna start brining it tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But I bought all the ingredients. I've read the recipes.
Are you following Kamala Harris's brine recipe, or are you, which has been going around the
See,
internet?
this is where I messed up already, right? I was looking at Bobby Flay's recipe and not
Oh,
Kamala Harris's.
Hold on, hold on.
You talking about the
hold on.
Cajun
See, I was
one?
messing up already. I was looking at Bobby Flay.
You look at the Cajun
You
one?
was following
Yeah,
the white
Cajun
man's
ones. I was looking for
Yeah.
Cajun ones, and that's why, because I was looking for a
Yeah.
Cajun. I wanted something
I
with a
seen
little
that one today.
spice. Because
Yeah.
you know, I'm from the South. I want something with a little spice to it, a little kick.
That's the one I was gonna do.
So you went Bobby
And-
Flay?
Well, the
So-
Cajun, I was
Well,
looking more
Bobby
Cajun.
Flay's recipe actually specifically calls for smoking it, which I don't have the capabilities of doing. So I'm gonna have to roast it.
Get you a
But
green
you can
egg,
still
man.
brine it, and I'm gonna brine it for 24 hours, and
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But like, yo, it starts with the bird, and the side dishes are absolutely essential because you know, you can get some really big hitters with the sides, but it starts with the bird, and then it kind of ripples out from there.
Okay. I'm a little surprised you went. I'm a little surprised you went turkey. I'm gonna go. I'm enjoying this game that I'm playing right now. I'll go with you, Ed. What's because you're like you cook and all this other stuff. You're a
Yeah.
dad chef, so like no. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
we've been hosting Thanksgiving for the last 4 or 5 years. So we cook. So I'll start marathon cooking at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and then wake back up at 7 a.m. to like cook until 3. And because of that, I actually don't have a favorite food. So I will be full off fumes by the time we get to 3 o'clock because I would have been tasting and smelling food for like almost 24 hours straight. So when we get to Thanksgiving, I'm like the auntie sitting in the corner watching everyone else. Like, I know that's good, right? But that is my whole like, I might get a plate at like 8 o'clock at night, but I will eat almost nothing when it's actually time to eat dinner. So
what you're saying, Ed, is you get full of your heart is full, but not your
that's
stomach
right.
for
That's right. Because
Thanksgiving.
that's right. Everybody's fed, and
Mhm.
that's
deep.
that's what I'm there
deep.
for. I'm
We
also
appreciate
usually
your service.
too exhausted to eat is also probably what's also
Yeah.
is happening.
Straight up. Straight up.
Harrington?
Shoot. So favorite, I'd have to say for me, it's like got to be either candy yams if I'm going like a side dish actually at the dinner and that. But I got a sweet tooth like a child, so I'm looking forward to desserts. You know what I'm saying? Now I know the traditional ones are like your sweet potato pie, something like that. But I personally am looking for like a pound cake, a strong pound cake. That's all. Pound cake and ice cream, Bluebell. Take me home. Take me home.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need, G. Everything else, like the meal itself, you know, you got so much going on there. I'll be satisfied regardless. But dessert, if it's not hitting on the dessert trip, like, nah, I'm not satisfied. So that's me.
That's real life. Henri, how about you, bro?
So I need the greens and mac and cheese. But the mac and cheese, there's only one person's mac and cheese I eat, and that's Anissa's. I don't really fuck with nobody else's mac and cheese. I don't, when I go to other people's places and everybody's like, oh, here, everybody, it seems like that's the first plate everybody want to offer. Everybody wants to offer they mac and cheese. Like offer me something else that's more basic, right? Because there's got to be some touches on this mac and cheese, but you want to push that on me, and then if I don't eat it right now, I look like the asshole. So I need the greens and the mac and cheese, but I need the yellow cake and chocolate frosting. So my daughter wants to make cupcakes. So it's gonna be in my favor because we will have yellow cupcakes with chocolate frosting. So, and I don't plan to share too much with her. She will beat me up, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And then I need the deep fried turkey. So I love deep frying the turkey. It's the thing I've done for probably the past 7 years, and the flavor on a deep fried turkey is unmatched.
Once you experience the deep fried turkey, there is nothing else.
No,
that's all there
not
is.
at all.
Like you can't do it
If
another
I had the
way.
capabilities, it'd be deep fried.
Yeah.
Because that's the way to go.
My pot's deep fried, so yeah. Otherwise, I can't even fuck with it.
I
will say this.
I'm understanding your limitations. Like you have a house and like go buy a stock pot and a fryer. What are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't want to touch on that. If I had the capabilities,
you have options.
Homeowner ass nigga.
Talking about. Look. What we won't do here. I looked up what it would cost me to buy a deep fryer that I wouldn't use that often, and I just couldn't justify the cost.
How much you?
Man, ship that up to Atlanta, G. I'll take it. I'll house it for you.
I was about to do a fish fry this summer. You can get it's largely the same thing.
Walmart got it for $50.
Wait. What? How large? So yo, we about to do a deal?
Turkey. Large enough for a 13-pound turkey.
Shit, you might be able to go to the junkyard.
I went to Walmart today. I might have to go back. I might have to go back to Walmart today.
I'm telling you, they got them because I had another one that I left at my old spot. So I was like, fuck it, I got another one. Got one last night, ready to go.
Wait, before we set you on this pad move, though, have you ever fried a turkey? Because again, we all know the frying the turkey is what creates.
It can't go left.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You don't want to. You don't want to end up like Joan on Girlfriend. You feel me?
The turkey blow up on your ass, and you gonna be
Have not fried a turkey before. Have not roasted a turkey before. So I'm trying to keep it basic and make sure we have something edible.
Sure.
On the table.
Take it a step at a time.
Yeah, you are a basic bitch. So. Sorry, it was right there. It was right there, G. I'm sorry, I can't go against my nature. What you want?
Right,
But turkey, I will say this: like, while that's not like my go-to dish on the day, the following days, oh man, come on, bro, turkey sandwich, turkey salad, like, come on, bro.
Turkey
I'm talking
leftovers.
breakfast. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, the turkey leftovers are
the
center of
turkey's a
everything.
good 6 man, but it just got too much usage rate. Like I just feel like it too much is surrounding the turkey about Thanksgiving. Like
turkey VER is too low.
But like, understand, like, oh, for real, it's kind of like, whoa, like it's Deion Waiterson right now. It's like you fine right now, but like you doing a lot. How about you dial it back? How about you dial it right on back? Take a few logs off that fire. Is all I'm saying. I feel like too much is given to the turkey. Like it doesn't. That's
Americans love meat, bro. Americans love meat, and that's
There's some carnivores.
Yeah, it is the meat dish. So unless you got the honey ham.
Though. Like it's all about the dressing, because dressing is like a quintessential Thanksgiving thing. Like you don't really eat dressing any other time of the year. You know what I mean? Like this is really dressing's time to shine.
You bring up a strong point. Listen, I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. I'm curious.
No, go for
Y'all call it dressing or stuffing?
Dressing.
dressing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dressing.
stuffing is what you actually like. There is an actual difference. Like stuffing is when people are actually making stuff within the
In the
turkey.
turkey,
Yeah, like
right.
they're-
But it's
yeah.
I've noticed that over the years though. It's interesting who calls what. So that's
But
what
the others call it stuffing. Let's just go ahead and be clear.
I didn't, I wasn't gonna touch it, but yeah,
I figured I'd just
there
go
is
ahead
a
and jump
difference,
out.
a cultural,
I didn't want
the clear
to take
cultural
it
difference.
I just was curious.
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
you know
You're
what I'm
amongst
saying?
friends. We call it dressing.
Yeah, it's dressing. It's dressing for sure.
Oh
All right,
man.
I'm gonna throw it back around the horn. Here's another thing. If we getting food up out the paint, potato salad can go kick a lot of rocks.
Okay, see, all
I
right.
I don't
go
really
with
see
this,
potato
man.
salad
Nah,
at
you went too
Thanksgiving.
far.
Every
You went too
single
far.
time.
You should have left this alone.
God,
So
dog.
potato salad isn't getting.
It's potatoes and floating in a lot of man. It's just not good. Like
You can have
Damn.
potato salad, but it's not a Thanksgiving dish. I give you
It's
that.
not. It's not.
It's
It's
a
not.
barbecue / cookout
anytime
type.
black people are
Straight
eating
up.
in a large crowd, somebody makes potato salad. You
Oh,
want
yeah.
now?
that's
Not
because
really.
it's the easy. I mean, I don't know for at Thanksgiving, but I feel like people will just do it as a side dish that gets ignored for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Not
but
for
I'm
a
saying it's
cookout.
always made during Thanksgiving. It's always.
But they don't
it's
want them
always-
So
empty
here's
handed.
the
I don't see it like
salad,
that.
potato salad like mac and
always
cheese.
one.
Well, look, potato salad like mac and cheese is a identifying dish. So it's like who can actually make this dish well.
Okay. Smart.
So
yes.
True.
there will be potato salad on my table on Thursday. Why? Because I make a mean potato salad. Okay, and so
Because I can.
because it's important that at this particular meal event, everyone knows that I can make a mean potato salad. That's the point. So you put there are foods you put out there that you're like, y'all gonna have 2 scoops of this. I know that, but you're gonna eat this and be like, you know what? This is a consummate chef. Okay.
And wait, and they're gonna do this because, like you said, potato salad is not necessarily a Thanksgiving thing. But they're gonna get like, you know what? Let me
just have a scoop or two.
And then look, you that's why you're sitting in the corner because you.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Just yeah, I know, right? I know.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bam. Yeah, Brendan, you gotta let that shit go. You're the old man screaming into the wind on that, bro.
Every
Like,
single
you
time.
don't like potato salad. That shit when done. When that shit done right, it hits.
Tombstone me. Cause of death.
So can I'm gonna go with mine, and I understand this is controversial. It's probably not as controversial as potato salad because I don't know where you at with that. But I absolutely hate and don't understand cranberry sauce.
You know what?
I will second that.
I was thinking that because it looks like Jello to me.
It's like Jello. I never quite understood it. People like,
I don't get
if you mix it with the turkey, you get the turkey in the. I'm just like, I don't need that.
It's a
If I need something sweet, I have my sweet potatoes, I have my yams. You know what I'm saying? They're right there. Cranberry sauce is just never. And then people are like, oh, but you need the real kind, or you need the canned kind. I'm like, the canned kind look a little shifty anyway. I watched it prepared, and I mean by prepared, I mean dumped onto a plate and then sliced the three, and you can still see the ridges in the can. And I'm like, I
don't like the way it jiggles on the plate. I mean, I like the way it jiggles right there. The jiggle excites me a little bit, but I don't like it.
Yo, Mo, shut the fuck up. I heard that. Now, have y'all ever? I don't know if I can say this is like real cranberry sauce or not, but I know what everybody's referring to with like the Jello looking shit, but I've also had like some that's, I guess, more kind of like a
like
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's like it looks more like fruit. You feel me? Like actual cranberry and like kind of parfait type thing or whatever. And that's, I mean, it's cool. I still don't know why it is here with all the rest of it because it just don't mix.
Let's keep it a buck. It shouldn't be. Let's get cranberry sauce out the paint in 2020.
I'm so happy to be around.
I'm good with that.
I appreciate that.
Nah, it can go. It can definitely go.
Mr.
Or throw it on
Potato
a
Salad
salad.
doesn't like
you
it.
feel me?
Mr. Potato Salad doesn't like it.
He's already expressed that he has bad opinions, so that's not surprising.
Bad takes.
All be wrong together.
Historically
Look,
bad
I
takes.
think we just had an election to prove you can have a whole bunch of people be wrong together. So that don't mean nothing. It's a coalition of the very unwilling and unable. It just not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can dead that shit right here. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about none of them 1 or 2 hours just trying to activate.
More dressing,
So
less cranberry sauce. That's my platform.
Absolutely. I support it.
Nah,
2021.
I'm with that. The only thing that I really like despise being there is like rolls. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm a bread dude. Like I love my starches, my breads, but rolls are just so plain Jane. I'm like, look, man, break out some like cornbread or like some biscuits or something if we're gonna have
Okay.
bread. But them rolls,
I see what you're at.
it's yeah, it's just it's like minimum effort. The most minimal effort. Yeah, that shit don't hit for me.
Somebody
Right.
calling me.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Hey man, here we go.
So I'm gonna interject on that one because so here's the thing, right? When you ain't got no money, those brown and serve rolls that are like
Oh yeah,
89 cents for the thing of 15 of them,
that's a
man,
fact. That's
them
a
things
fact.
used to hit growing up. And so
Yeah.
still
Never break
till
them
this
apart,
day,
though. You couldn't break them shits apart though.
no, you could. Well, here's the thing: if it tells you to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, if you go 12 minutes and 3 seconds, they bricks.
Yeah,
That's a done
it's a
deal,
wrap.
Done.
It's a
and
wrap.
you get
And they're
nothing out
not
of them.
white
So
bricks.
no,
So
no.
no.
You playing shuffleboard with the rest of your food.
Yeah.
That's literally all it
So
is. Push
I give
to
you
my
that
fork.
part, but man, I tell you though, but you know, when you put them together with, you know, you get the juices
The
from
other
like,
shit.
see, I like corn, and like when the corn juices start to kind of mix in, and the greens, you know, the juice, the the pot liquor from the
Yeah.
greens
Yeah.
starts to
Yeah.
mix in there. Them rolls be on hit at that point by
I
themselves.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this. Kind of go back to the leftover turkey. My day after. Oh yeah, I'm hitting them rolls with the turkey. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Little mini breakfast sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we in there. Get some eggs. Get some eggs going with it too. Oh yeah. Yeah, no question.
Speaking of
Good
Oh yeah.
Dr. B made me think about the pot liquor and the one of my Thanksgiving triumphs already this week before Thanksgiving even started. Last year, because I live in Arlington, Virginia, which is not as ethnic as I need it to be on holidays like Thanksgiving, I drove around to like 10 stores last year
Arlington lily white.
looking for smoked neck bones. Now for
Ooh.
those of you who know,
Yo, fam, come on.
Drove around
just
looking
wanted
for what?
You wanted to waste some gas.
look,
You just
You just wanted a joyride.
Look.
into the city, into the district.
look, no,
It
it didn't. There weren't any in the city either. Look, it was Wednesday night
changed.
at like 6:30, and I had been around. I had been shopping looking all day for smoked neck bones. I get all my food delivered, but I cannot get smoked neck bones delivered. So I have to every Thanksgiving go out and find them. So last year, about like Wednesday night, I was like, I'm gonna have to just like do turkey necks or something else because I wasn't gonna find them. Found the last two at this like giant and like in Alexandria. This year, I refused to make that mistake and went out at noon today and got my smoked neck bone. So I am already victorious for this year's Thanksgiving. This was a
Attaboy.
You're
a
claiming
significant
victory.
triumph.
You are
That's
claiming
Exactly.
victory early.
That's how you learn from your
Attaboy.
mistakes. I see.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Growth.
That's
There
right.
you go.
That's right.
2020 was
Yeah.
coming back.
Yay.
Stay ahead of the sticks. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Second to six is fine. Second to six is fine. That's fine.
It's
Yeah.
always sports. It's always
Hey.
sports.
Good for
I'll
you,
go.
buddy.
That's all I got. That's really all I got. So does anybody have a favorite holiday tradition? It can be like something that everybody knows, or maybe it can be like a more personal thing. I don't give a damn. I will start with you, Ed.
Yeah, actually, I mean, for Thanksgiving, I mean, I grew up in a traditional, kind of religious home, and we stood around and we prayed together. But we also everybody went around and said what they were thankful for. And I think that in a year like this, that is a tradition that like seems particularly important. This has been Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving, 365 days. This has been one hell of a year. And so I think that just, first of all, just surviving it to this point is something to be thankful for. But I mean, obviously you guys and the Dax Black Male Network and the podcast are, those who actually listen to us, which still, it's hard to convince me more than the six of us listening to each other, but apparently other people care what we have to say. So that's a tradition that will continue, and I'm, looking forward to having friends around and doing that exercise on Thursday.
Nice. That was well said. Well thought out. Who wants to follow that? Let's go with
Honestly, we never really had like any Thanksgiving tradition. Definitely it was, especially growing up, go around, say what we're thankful for. But outside of that, like nothing really particular outside of, watching the football, especially, as a Cowboys fan, watching Cowboys play. So that was always cool being able to see my team play on Thanksgiving. So that was cool.
Be weird. Okay, all right. So speaking of like Thanksgiving football, like Henry, so like you wake up.
Oh yeah, them games don't dumb early.
Game time, right? Like because I've always thought I usually cook Thanksgiving for my family. And so like I always like to have the food out by like the beginning of the second game. Like somewhere in the first quarter of the second game is where I think food should start to roll out, ideally. But y'all dead on it already. Like you can't even really cook and watch really any of the game because you were like hustling and bustling.
Yeah, no, you can't because with us being 3 hours behind, the times and everything, really. That's why we have. I mean, we're usually up hella early, just to get cracking on everything, just so you can at least have something ready. Because realistically, right, people like to watch the game and eat. Right, it's kind of like you kind of want to do both. But like I said, out here, it's like if you ain't up and at it, you ain't finna be eating while you watching this game. Now we usually will put out like some little chips and writings just so because black folks get upset when they don't have something in their hand when they eating and watching the game. So it's like here, munch on these chips while we try to get everything out. But it's cool because things end up working out. But I'll say for me, growing up, most of my boys, we all came from like single parent homes. And probably about 20 of us, we all had the fortune of playing Division I football. And so this was always a time when we would come back and we'd have our turkey ball. And that was always the thing that we did every single year. We would all get out early and we'd have our game. And in that way, when the game was done, everybody could go on back to their families and they still had plenty of time to spend with with the home team. But the turkey bowl was always probably the biggest thing for me. And we have been doing that since, probably the year for the past 20 years. It's a little bit different now because folks is old and people end up tearing their ACLs in the games. And at 38, it becomes a little bit different than what it was, when you like 19 and such. But it's still a good time.
Playing in your place.
Yeah, man. People trying to relive back in the high school and
glory days.
Yeah, man. It don't work too well. So.
That's dope though. I've never like I've seen it on TV, like folks like play like football games on Thanksgiving, but that's fire that y'all do that in real life.
Yeah.
Garrett, you got any, bro?
So yeah, actually it's funny, like I didn't realize it was a tradition until after we really started doing it. So I went to undergrad in Atlanta, the Morehouse College.
Oh God!
So
you were trying to name check, bro, wasn't it?
It's part of the rationale for it's part of the rationale for the story. I'm not just name dropping, but I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. So my Thanksgiving tradition really became once I went off to school. My parents would drive from Charlotte to Atlanta. Basically pick me up, and then we continue driving on to Mississippi, where my dad's from. So I got to spend, all of my college years primarily because we used to visit Mississippi. My grandfather was still alive, my grandmother. Around Christmas and way more when you're at home, you can just pick up and go. But once I got older, we did that every Thanksgiving. Got to go down. Had Thanksgiving with my grandfather and my grandmother every year. As well as, rest of the and a lot of the family would come for Christmas, so not as many members would be there for Thanksgiving. So I really got a lot of time to sit, because that's a lot of what Thanksgiving, y'all know, you're sitting, football's on, you're watching, but you're really just enjoying the company. And so I'm forever thankful for those 4 or 5 years consistently of making that trip. My mom would actually she's very funny. We were talking about mac and cheese, and how everybody's a little different. My mom's, to me, is the best ever. So she would make that, and so we have like 3 different trays of mac and cheese down in Mississippi because my mom drove 9 hours with hers. But like, yeah, just small things like that, and you really, for what Thanksgiving is to everybody, that was my thing. I really knew I was going to see and spend time with my grandparents, and so I'm forever thankful for that. So that's my tradition for Thanksgiving, I guess.
Dope as hell, man.
Right, man, that's what's up.
Awesome.
So I've had an evolving tradition because the last couple of years I've been married, and I've spent the last couple of Thanksgivings with my wife's family, and because of the pandemic, we're spending this one with just the 2 of us. But before that, I spent all of them with my own family, and what I've just learned is to be appreciative of the family you have, both blood and not. Because I find myself incredibly grateful, especially given the toll that the pandemic has waged on American families. Just the extended family that you have, the close family that you have. And so I'm grateful that we're just gonna I was excited to talk to her and be like, we're just gonna do it up the best we can. And this is gonna be our Thanksgiving this year. And we all find as Ed mentioned before, we find ourselves in challenging times. And we have to make the most of it. And I'm incredibly grateful for still being here, still having the luxury of going out shopping for Thanksgiving ingredients and whatnot. That is a blessing in and of itself.
Straight up.
So I find myself incredibly blessed and incredibly grateful. And I'm looking forward to a great Thanksgiving of watching, the Cowboys be awful per usual.
Yo, fam. you
and
know,
the Lions, and going to sleep on the Lions.
Yo, nah, fuck that. You can't clean it up. You had the most poignant, maybe heartfelt, that might have been the best segment of this whole shit, right? Right up until you just had to shit all over it. Damn. Cut and edit everything that he just said. The whole spiel. Throw it in the trash.
Make it more intimate before you slide it under the rib. Just like it was me.
That's a hug on a rooftop before "Am I my brother's keeper?" That's what that was.
Yo, dead ass. Dead ass. Shout outs to Wesley, man.
Oh man.
Speaking of movies, I asked y'all. I wanted you guys to think about this a little bit. So,
hey, hold on. I'm gonna pause. For a second because that was actually a really solid transition right there, my G. Like you picked it up, like it was right there. Some of your shits be rocky, but that was on point, my brother. That was on point. You killed it. G. All right.
No compliments without them at least being backhand. That's kind of the rule.
Please believe it. The Archie slap, nigga.
I'm surrounding myself with trash. That was unnecessary. I'm sorry. There was no reason. Because of doing thing to me. My bad, guys. My bad. I really do feel bad about that one. That was really unnecessary. But yeah, so speaking of Thanksgiving movies, transition. But no, I was kind of talking to y'all that you think about great Christmas movies, you can have conversations about, no, this movie's the greatest, that movie's the greatest, but you don't really get that for Thanksgiving. And so I wanted to at least roll it out there why you guys think that is, or if you do have a fire ass Thanksgiving movie that you want to put folks on, by all means. I'll start with you, Garrett.
So like you said, we were talking about this, and there really aren't a lot of great themed Thanksgiving movies. Like you don't really like Thanksgiving may be a part of the movie, but not centered in it. I brought up Tower Heist. Shout out Ben Stiller and Eddie
Ben
Murphy
Stiller,
because
Eddie Murphy.
that was actually like it's funny. That's the last real like movie that kind of centered around the idea of Thanksgiving, and even it's a little bit of it. But I don't know. But the way you said that, I now posit that we just make movies Thanksgiving movies. So I put forth for the consideration of That's Black Male that Paid in Full now become a Thanksgiving movie.
No way you can argue with that, dog. Who doesn't want to watch that? That's a fucking all timer,
You
man.
feel me? Like,
I'm with it.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
with it.
There's a lot. You could watch that movie and everybody is thankful about something and the way it shook out. And it's just
Yeah, like not getting shot in the face. Like
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that I'm not getting shot in the face.
I'm
Absolutely.
very thankful for that. Very thankful for that. So
I'm coming around to this game. All right, I'm coming around to this game. All right, I posit for nomination. Rounders.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Like
Okay. All right.
like
Again. Again. Not gonna argue with it. But see, if we're just doing this, the way this trend is going, this is just good, dope ass movies. So we can do that, but do we have to like find kind of a way to like filter these out or like weed out some? Like, oh, you gotta have some kind of like theme or something that ties in, or
The vibe of
no?
Paid in Full. I was just going off of a vibe right there. With
Okay.
movies,
Okay. Yeah.
the vibe I was catching. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I missed on the alley, let me know. What I felt like it was like fire movies that maybe didn't have the box office acclaim or some stuff like because you're right, you get Thanksgiving movie,
cult classic, a little cult classic,
right.
Yeah.
Cult classic type joint, like you're a Thanksgiving movie. You ain't Christmas movie. You ain't
exactly
double A, right? You double A right now, but you
okay.
fire double A player. You all-star
Okay.
double A. So
Okay.
like that's
movies that have a little bit where the characters was thankful for something, but movies themselves that had a wow for their respect.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we at.
Okay. I can dig it. Oh God. Let me chew on mine. Hold on.
Yeah. No, I'm liking this game. This is a fun game. This is a fun game to play.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here. All right.
Yeah.
So we all know that I love a good blockbuster, right? Blockbusters mean everything to me. I am a fan.
Boy.
I am a believer. I support the art of the blockbuster genre.
Okay.
I believe in the urban movie channel.
Wait, where we're going with this, I am already disappointed.
TV1.
Hey,
listen, TV1. Let's go.
Minute, come on now, bro. I hadn't even. You know what I'm saying?
I know you still
showing
amping, and I'm already.
We're in disagreement.
Drop the resume, homie. Drop the resume.
Listen here. All right. True to the game.
Oh.
Wait.
Isn't that
Hold
we're Columbus short? We're Columbus short?
Yeah.
Hey, I just saw an ad for True to the Game 2.
Yeah.
I was like, they made another one?
Listen. If a blockbuster is good enough that there's a part 2, you know it did something in number 1. It touched somebody's life in some kind of way. Listen, Columbus Short was thankful. He was thankful because he was a G in Philly. Right, and he met his little Jean, right?
His
right,
John?
I said it right.
John,
right? Yeah. And then, he got taken out, right? By these things kind of happen in the game, right? But hey, he was thankful for the time that he had with her, and then she was thankful of the time she had with him. Listen, true to the game. It's a blockbuster, but it'll change your life. It'll touch your life. Watch it.
Aggressive play.
Part 2.
It's aggressive play. I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
You know what? I'm gonna send that to whoever their creative thing is. So I'm like, just make this the trailer. Like this homie bar for bar. You do it bar for bar.
Listen.
You whole scenes.
I'm telling you.
No one has ever written harder for that movie, including the people who made it.
Everybody in it.
Hey, listen.
Everybody associated with it.
I was going hard for the blockbusters, but true to the game is actually listen. Now there's some trash ones. Don't get me wrong. Like And me and Brooks, we will watch the best of the best and the worst of the worst. But Truth of the Game was actually kind of good though, dude. I'm telling you. Like,
Is this still on? Is this still on Netflix? Is it still on Netflix? I might have to check. My ex tried to like hold me into watching that, and I said I saw the little trailer. I was like, nobody.
The trailer tells you all about the movie, right? We look at camera angles.
It really does.
It depends on how long they sit in one particular location for an extended period of time. Because sometimes, they do. I've seen one where the opening scene was in the bathroom and they literally stayed there for about 30 minutes.
Oh.
But to be fair, there are really good movies that do that too. Like that are like cinematic masterpieces where they're one room. Like we actually, so off topic mildly, we just finished watching The Boys in the Band on Netflix. It's it's a movie based on a play. The play was written in the 1960s. It's about 6 or 7 gay men who are celebrating a birthday party, but basically they devour each other. It is a very like aggressive and like a what you think we're doing on our doing right now is like kind of talking each other down. This is like a whole nother level. This is a my community like level of read at every sentence. I mean, this is like it's brutal, but it was written in the 1960s.
House of 1,000 Daggers.
Yes, no, and it's but it's excellent, and it's based on a play, so the whole movie is shot in like 2 rooms in an apartment. But it's brilliant. It's beautifully done. It's brilliant. But watch it. It's like, actually, that is not my Thanksgiving movie. It is not.
I was gonna say, nominate.
It is not a nomination.
Bring it to the table.
Good. It's really good.
Fair, a lot of Thanksgivings end up like that though.
No, it actually. So you know what? I'm going to put it in for nomination only because if you are going to Thanksgiving, but you really don't fuck with none of the people you go to Thanksgiving with, that is exactly what that was. Except they actually say it. So
yeah, a lot of people be sitting at that table thinking about I'm trying to I'm looking over my plate, deciding whether or not to engage.
No, there was no we're gonna just sit here and eat our mashed potatoes. No, it's a full dressing down. Some of the best writing I've actually seen in a really long time. So it's worth the watch. I'll put it in nomination. Boys in the Band.
This one just popped in my head. Ocean's 11. And I don't really have it. It literally popped in my head, and I felt like, man, go for it. Get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Now, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I love that series. You know what I mean? The first one never gets old. Like I never get tired of watching that. So yeah, I'm gonna just throw that.
Felt about the other ones.
I got you.
I mean, 12. So 11 and 13 are bangers. 13 mainly because I really actually think that plot was dope, especially for a third installment in a trilogy. Usually, it gets stale or whatever, but I think just the way they started off with, you know what I'm saying, having a stroke, like that was killer. And then you got Al Pacino. Come on, can't argue with that. In a decent late Al Pacino performance, because his shit after, you know what I'm saying, 2000 was dicey, but that one he came with it, gave some classic Al. So 11 and 13, ill. 12, whew, that was like it was cool, but when you go back and look, like that whole the whole thing with Julia Roberts, being Julia Roberts, nah.
I love the Julia
It's
Roberts.
my girl.
The meta joint was funny. It was funny as hell to me. I don't know, but I like this other shit though.
It's solid. It's solid, but yeah, 11. I rank them 11, 13, and then 12.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then way down, like in the dumpster, like in the sewer, is that Ocean's 8 bullshit. Yeah. No, get it out of here. Get it out of here, bro.
Really?
Get it out of here.
Hang on.
So it's garbage.
First off, I'm sorry.
Asuda.
I gotta pause you for a second. I know we going on. Come on now, you gotta give Sandra Bullock her flowers.
No, I don't. No, the fuck I don't.
No.
First of all, the reason I wasn't able to really get into the movie and enjoy it is because I was distracted by the facial work that she had done for half the time. Like I couldn't. I'm sitting here like, yo, is this Sandra?
Yeah.
Is this Sandra? Because something
it was new.
is she
It
moving her
was real
mouth?
fresh. She you know what I'm
Man,
saying? It
man, she didn't
may
even
or may
need.
not make completely right
Sometimes you reach
before
that
shooting.
refresh on the browser.
Bro, she didn't even need that shit, man.
She
But
did. She did. But
yeah, so
but
I
nah,
couldn't get past
Ocean's
that.
8 was. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
it's not in
Don't
the.
front.
It's not in the same. It's not part of the trilogy. It's just an aside. But I thought it was a decent standalone.
Then call it something different. Just do. You could have done a heist movie with all these women, and it not been attached to Oceans, like completely separated, bro.
If I'm positing a movie for Thanksgiving about movies that were great and maybe were slept on a little bit, you talk about a woman's heist movie, Widows. Big Flame.
Widows. I gotta go back and watch Widows. Only like I watched it like once in the theaters and didn't go back.
It's like this is why it's a Thanksgiving movie right here. Didn't have support that it needed.
It had support. It's just support couldn't hold it up.
Yeah, you know.
Gotta be something to support.
You feel me? You feel me? Like I just, it was close. It was close, but it didn't quite turn the corner for me.
Atlanta is in there, whose name I always forget. The bigger dude, Paperboy.
Brian Tyree.
Brian Tyree, yeah.
Morehouse grad.
Oh. Yo, I was just about to hype dude up. I was just about to hype dude up.
And then
every time.
And then the homie from Get Out's in there, whose name I also routinely forget.
Daniel
Kaluuya.
Yeah, he's really like his performance in that is like very scary. Like
he like honestly, he as far as like he needs to get more roles where he plays a villain because in that movie,
he killed that.
He definitely killed that role.
My man was sinister. My man was sinister for sure. For sure. He had the cool kids shook.
We're gonna wrap it up here. You just a quick raise of hands if anybody wants to do anything that they're particularly thankful for this year, or we can go ahead and close it out on this and just say, hey, look, man, we really appreciate you guys rocking with us this entire time. This has all been a very brand new sort of for me. I haven't done a ton of video and stuff, so like this is particularly cool. And then the fact that I've had an opportunity to work with you guys doing this podcast network, this has been a thing that has lived in my brain for a little bit. And the fact that I see us growing, I see us getting better, and that's cool that I got to think of that up here, and now it's happening right now. I'm really thankful for that. But for all those that are traveling, please travel safe. If you are traveling to your socially acceptable amount of family members that you will be
still wear masks.
Shame.
That are having to do this solo dolo thing or kind of more locked down than usual, not see family. Hopefully this kind of reminds you of cool things of Thanksgiving days past, let you know we all kind of in this together, even though we doing it separately. But for That's Black Male Podcast, thank you so much. Be safe, and we will see you soon.